You've had comments.
We have answers.
Find out what we're talking about after the titles. Hey everybody, Anthony Dodge, Mile Train Outside, American Outsider, a Knight of the Round Boy Table here, and
Joyce Dodge, the MTO Misses.
And a couple of weeks ago, we put up our 50th parody video, which got a lot of love and comments, as most do. And some of these comments go back, and we've had comments on many videos. I did a video a couple of years ago where I answered some, but we've got some new and different. And this time I thought, since Joyce is part of the production, we'll bring her in for her point of view. All right, so one of the comments we get every now and then is, rather than people suggesting songs, they ask us why we don't do certain genres. We got comments. Why don't you do country music songs? Why don't you do hip-hop or something in jazz? Well, why don't we?
We just do songs we know and like.
Yeah, the brutal answer is...
Truthfully, the songs Anthony knows and likes.
Yeah, because you don't even like some of the ones I'm doing. We don't listen to country or jazz or hip-hop for the most part. Joyce has actually a wider range of music she listens to now. We both have very broad taste and interest. Yeah. But it's got to be music we like. Right. And those tend not to be.
Yeah, it's really hard to do one when you don't really know the song very well.
Right. Absolutely. It's got to be a song we know and love.
Sometimes he's had to play a couple times for me, because they don't pay enough attention to it. So.
Okay.
Yes.
Sort of a comment, even a complaint on a few videos. People have been saying, why do we keep repeating these same old themes? The cost of locomotives, or somebody's buying too many trains, or somebody's unhappy with the hobby, the analog versus digital complaint. Well, why? Why do we?
Because we are a train channel, which means we have to deal with train issues. We can't be talking about something else when we are appealing to an audience of train enthusiasts.
But why is it always the same things, according to this one person?
Because it's the same problems we all have.
Yeah. It's
a lot of frustrations in training, or even the joys and loves, the addiction, as we've sung.
Right. It's when you do a parody, you're making fun. It's like when somebody does an artistic work, what they call a caricature, right? You go to the fair or amusement park, and there's somebody who does the exact. They take what's already there, and they exaggerate it for the comedic effect, and that's what we do. Exactly. So the biggest complaints, the biggest issues are cost, or the spouse not understanding the person's obsession, or the obsession itself, the debate, digital versus analog, and so on and so on.
Size of layout.
Yeah, size of layout. Yeah. Size does matter. No, it doesn't.
Trains?
Yeah. And related to that, we actually recently have had like 3 or 4 people kind of complain that have said, the stuff in this video or the stuff you're talking about, you're making fun of it, but it's serious to us.
Right.
And it's still kind of the same answer, isn't it?
Yeah, we're trying to appeal to what most people, problems that they have, and we're not trying to make fun of anybody with these problems. We're just trying to appeal to the funny side of those problems.
Yeah, trying to see the funny side, the silver lining in the clouds, so to speak. But yeah, we do poke fun at the foibles of the hobby. You've got to laugh, otherwise,
And of course, when we're doing that, we're making fun of ourselves too.
Yeah, we make fun of myself a lot.
Yes, he does.
So yeah, we're not belittling the struggles we all have, because remember, I'm a modeler too, and you by proxy have to put up with my foibles and frustrations and such. Yeah, so
I think I'm a contributor
to my foibles and frustrations.
That's right.
Okay, you heard it. I didn't say it, John Ricard. You heard that. All right. So yeah, we're not poking the bear.
No,
These things are there, and we're just trying to say, yeah, it does happen.
Right.
So don't
Yes,
be
we're not making fun of you just because you
don't be
still like
too
analog.
offensive sensitive.
Yes.
Okay. We try not to offend,
Right.
and if you do take offense at that, then maybe you're being too sensitive.
Right.
All right. So now that leads to this next bit, which I've got to change some cameras here, but people have been asking us about for a long, long time. People on comments have said, we've heard you talk about a backlog of songs, and you've done a lot recently, but you keep saying you have a backlog. So just to show you, we're not making it up. We do have a backlog of songs. So I thought Joyce and I would go through that with you, but I do have to change camera and see. Okay, so here we are. This is a backlog of songs. These are songs we have written. Everything's done. We've got the music, the lyrics, everything's done except have not put them out. We either have not attempted to sing them, or we have attempted and run into. So we'll go through them all. The very first parody song I ever did
Yeah, it was you.
was the song Help. And we did that for our good but late friend, Chris Whittingham. I did it in a live stream. He wanted it. So we did a private bit for him where I wrote out the whole song and we sent it to him. But we've never done a video to it. And I don't know why. We probably should. But it was very specific to him.
It was.
And the joke of the time is kind of, 3 years past now. So it's a little late. Okay. Then there's the song Gimme Locos, which I actually did a version of, and my voice sucks so bad, I refused to release it. I'm also not 100% happy with the lyrics, and I want to change those up.
Yeah, and I don't think I have the Stones in me, to be very honest.
You heard it here first, folks. She doesn't have the Stones.
I don't have the Stones.
Okay. The next song, Joyce really, I don't think you've ever seen or knew I did this, or did you?
No,
Yeah.
well, I know you talked about it, but I think you're frustrated with it.
The Argent song, It's Your Layout. The only thing wrong with it is it's actually a long song, six and a half minutes long, but there's only 2 stanzas of lyrics, and it's a lot of instrumental. The lyrics are very simplistic because the song is very simplistic.
Right.
It's a gorgeous song, but I've just never released it because I just felt it's too little lyric and room for joke for such a long video. I don't want to make a 6-minute video for really about 30 seconds of lyrics. And that actually, I'll skip down one for now. That also goes for The Who's Baba O'Reilly, or Teenage Wasteland, as many people know it, which I called Middle Age Playland, or Old Man Playland, is a recent rewriting of it. Again, long song, great song, just short amount of lyrics to fill up a 6-7 minute song.
Right.
All right, so here are 2 you are very familiar with.
Yeah, I am.
The Moody Blues song. We've got 2 Moody Blues songs. Apparently, Joyce struggles with the Moody Blues as much as you like them.
Apparently, yeah, I do.
Because we've got The Legend of Tim Wells. Now, some of you, especially Americans, may not know who Tim Wells was because he's been gone off of YouTube for a while now. He's got a blooming photography business going now, and he kind of ran through the gamut with model trains, and so he now is focused on his family and his photography business. But at the height of COVID, Tim was a savior to a lot of us. He ran a live stream several times a week that all of us that are now friends, and really the core group of even the Knights of the Rhomboid Table, we started with Tim and then went to Chris's live stream, and then we had all these people, and we just all got to know each other really well.
Right.
And Tim slowly faded away as he went through different scales and different projects, and his name went through a lot of change. So
tried quite a few different things.
Yeah, and I wrote a song in honor of him, and he gave me the okay, but we never recorded it. And why have we? Well, we've tried to record it.
We have definitely tried to record it. There is just a middle section on it that I really had massive frustration point on it. I just could not quite ever do it right.
Yeah, you can't get the rhythm or the melody, whatever you want to call it.
Whatever it is, I just can't get it right. And
Along the coast, they say the most about them.
Yeah, it definitely is in the frustration.
Raise your glass, we'll drink a toast to little man
face.
sells his pills along the pier. That's the part. Now, that's the actual lyrics, but yeah, that's the part you
so
keep losing.
we tried it on 2 different times.
Yeah, and a good hour each time.
Yeah, and it's just banging your head. I don't know why. It's like it's a mental block or something.
So
I do want to sort it out.
I do want to come back to it. And try it. At least get the main part, and then we can always come back with the middle part at another time. Now, a song that...
We did the other parts, and they were fine. It was just that
Yeah, but I don't have those recordings. They're gone. Because I have the whole set, and then it was just like, gave up.
Gotcha.
All right. We have Foreigner's Jukebox Hero, which is YouTube Hero. Now, you know the story. When I first wrote it was the one mean.
You were mad at somebody.
I was mad at somebody, and I was having to go at them. Mm-hmm. And so we held back recording it. And then I rewrote the lyrics to make it more just poking fun at me and so forth, and false ego and stuff. And we just haven't gotten to it because I can't sing it, although I'm thinking of trying to do it with the growl I did with the Judas Priest song.
Right.
Maybe that will work. And you have said you can't do it.
I really don't think so.
You don't think you can get it in your
I think the range isn't right, and yeah.
Okay. So the next song is Sunday Bloody Sunday, which was turned into Sunday Sidetrack Sunday, and was to honor a favorite show of ours that we have loved for years on Sunday night. So a lot of the UK and European guys don't know it, although some newer UK guys do come to it.
Right.
But you have to stay up late.
Yeah, it's late.
Because it's 1 a.m.
Right.
when it's on.
Yeah.
Except for that brief period where there's a 4-hour difference, then it's midnight. Mm-hmm. But it's always 8 o'clock Sunday.
Yeah.
But what is it? Why have we not recorded that? When we first wrote
because the lineup changed before we could get at it.
Well, the thing is, you were working up. You weren't sure you could do it, and then after doing the other U2 song, you decided you could do it by that time.
Right, yeah. Jason dropped out, and then Heath dropped out, and...
Rick.
Yeah, and finally, so it just didn't make sense anymore.
Because I started to rewrite it when Nisi came in and was just discussing with Nisi what would be okay to joke about. And then Rick dropped out as well, and then Nisi wound up dropping off. And
you're just going to have to completely rewrite it.
I'd have to completely rewrite it, or we just do it with the original 5 hosts as sort of an old tribute, but it would feel a little...
It just still doesn't feel right. Yeah.
So it just sits on the back burner, never to be done.
Day we go, maybe we do want to tribute those guys. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, now Moody Blues again, and really it's just rinse and repeat from the other Moody Blues song. I'm just a member of Model Train Club. To be honest, this is, I think, one of my funniest lyric bits. But, and she can sing it. It's in her range.
Right.
But what's the problem?
I get flubbered.
You get the middle stanza. You actually handle the main stanzas, but those middle 8s, because they're not really a chorus, so they're more of a middle 8.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, forget it.
Yeah.
Not happening. It's not happening. Mm-hmm. She just gets there. I want to come back to it again, and maybe we can finally work through it. But it's a very tough section to write.
Yeah.
And if the arms around you, don't tell me. It's very rapid fire and fast going lyrics. Miss Asthma gets a little lost in it, and get your breath right.
Yeah, some of these songs are pretty tough. I need to breathe.
Okay. All right, then Psychedelic Furs, Trains My Way, which is the Psychedelic Furs Love My Way. This is one I've at times tried to talk you into doing, and you feel like you could do it. I think you said.
I don't know if you've ever tried it.
You haven't tried it.
Okay.
I bring it up and say, well, maybe this weekend we should try this one. The number one holdup is I have never been 100% happy with the lyrics. It sounds a little too sappy.
Right.
I think there's good parts of the lyrics, but it's kind of a song about Rule 1, trains my way, and it maybe it's just a little too sappy. But here's the problem: if I think a song is sappy or not as good, you guys love it, and when I put out one, I go, "This is a great one." Right. It gets ignored.
It does.
This is the great one,
right?
Okay, and then we have "All You Need Is Trains," the Beatles' "All You Need Is Love," which again you really haven't seen.
Yeah, I guess
you've heard me working on it.
Maybe I have. I'm not sure I even knew you were working on it.
It's all done. It's just, again, All You Need Is Trains. It's just a little too simplistic, a little too sort of the Trains My Way sappy. It's done. We could do it, but it would just be, a part of me feels it's too corny.
Right. He's standards, you know.
I do. People may not believe that, but I do. And then the last one on this list is my son wrote a song which did not have a title, so it's a working title called Model Trains. He wrote it to this 80s squeeze hit, Hourglass. Take it to the bridge, throw it overboard, see if it can swim, back up to the shore. No one's in the house, everyone is out, all the lights are on and the blinds are down.
Yeah.
The hourglass is no. And he gave me the lyrics. I touched them up a little, and I felt a little guilty, like he's going to be upset, like, oh, I wrote this, and I did. But my son wrote it and wants to sing it, and because he lives many hours away, the most recent times he's come up, we really haven't had time to sit down and say, hey, do you want to do this? Are you ready to do this? Because he's kind of up. He's got multiple families to visit, and they've got friends to visit when they're up here, and I'm not going to take that away from him, but son, if you're ever watching this, whenever you want to do it, we're ready.
Yeah, you need to corner him next time he comes down.
And force him. You will sing this now. Yes. All right. Then, on the other side of that, there are songs I've started but have not finished. I've been working on for about a year the Kinks song, I'm Not Like Everybody Else. The Arthur Love song, Alone Again Or, which the Dam did in the 80s, which, to be honest, is a better version.
Right.
Hate to say it. Usually the original's better. But they're both really close, yeah.
Huh.
And I will be alone again tonight with you.
I just didn't know you were trying
the Beatles song, No Supply, is mostly done. But again, it was kind of written at the height of COVID, so it's an old one. And there's a couple of areas I never finished. And then I just felt it was kind of dated. So it needs tweaked and go from there. Just a few lines of Smoke in the Motor from Deep Purple. Smoke in the motor. Right. We all went to my layout.
Yeah.
Seeing
that's when
just what trains we could run. Yeah, I think I could do that one. Yeah. And then Bauhaus's Too Much 21st Century from their one comeback album back in 2008.
That's got a lot of lyrics.
That's got it's not a lot of lyrics, and probably most people here don't know the song, but it's my favorite Bauhaus song.
Yeah, loves it.
They all want to be something better, and it's they all want to build something better. Okay. All right, so that is the backlist.
Yep.
That is everything we are, that is some degree of ready to go, other than we just haven't done it. Right. And the thing is, a lot of the songs we've done recently have, obviously some of those songs I've just pointed out are old, and I just come up with other ones that I'm much happier with, and boom, 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 boom.
Oh, yeah, the newer ones jump right up.
Well, there's always when I get a song and I just zip through it lyrically and feel like it's good to go.
For you, Joyce. I already built the video.
Yep.
That's not pressure.
Okay, so let's go back to camera one. Okay, but we get this question all the time, like what are our favorites and so forth. And of course, anybody who watches our live stream knows never ask Joyce her favorite. The only time she can answer that question is who's her favorite husband, because she's only got one. So, and even then, I'm not sure it's a 100% win. But I mean, really, since the third or fourth song, especially, people have joked, when's the greatest hits album coming out? Or when's the album coming out? Well, we've done 50 songs. Let's take out the 6 Christmas songs. So 44 songs. That's enough to fill 4 albums. Or the way modern workers do, 5 albums.
Right.
But that's enough to fill four albums easily. So if we were now to do a greatest hit album, and a couple of people said, when's the greatest hits album? I said, as soon as we can decide which ones.
It's not the greatest hits is when you were washed up and just trying to make more money.
Yeah,
Off
but,
of your old stuff.
but a lot of bands now do it after 3 albums, you know. So if we were to do a top 10, so we're going to do it this way. So bear with me as... All right, here is a list of the 50 songs. Blue are songs I sing, yellow are songs Joyce sings, and green are duets where we both sing in the song. And then there's one purple one, which was when our friend Greg from Down Under sang a song for us, because neither one of us sang it, although on Joyce's channel, there is a version where I sing it.
Anthony gave it a go.
I gave it a go, but neither one of us sang it. Greg did it better than me. I could never talk Joyce into doing it. I think your number one objection is you felt it needed to come from a different perspective, and I was like, nah, you can do it. You know. So anyhow, a lot of songs here. How do you pick the 10 best? There's a lot of things you could look at. You know, if we were to, for example, look at just the songs with the most views, maybe that's a way to grasp what the best songs are. I don't know if some of the songs with the most views
are the better songs.
Are necessarily the better songs. Some they've been around. Now, obviously, we've had some that for us you would call viral. Digital Killed the Analog Guy. That's really one of the big songs. That is the biggest song, the most views. But then, you know, Everard Junction is actually a horrible singing job by me, but it's still one of the most popular songs we've done because it was just the lyrics were just so killer. I mean, they really were. I mean, I think the lyrics on almost all these songs are killer. But then there's me doing the digital song. That's the third most, and I don't think anybody would think of that one. And then there's my parody of Bohemian Rhapsody, which is god-awful singing. I still think lyrically it's one of our best, and it was the first one we ever released.
Yeah, right.
But then we have these great ones by Joyce, because there's really almost a top 3 by Joyce, but I think another one's coming in. Digital Killed the Analog Guy. I still haven't found Trains I'm Looking For. I always love Stuck at a Train Show with You, but I don't think that gets classified as one of the big ones by people that know the channel. They always the ones people always go at, this is my favorite, are Digital Kill the Analog Guy, I Still Haven't Found Trains I'm Looking For, and then Losing My Train Mojo. Now, It's Not There, the parody, that one got a lot of views, but again, I don't know if I would put that in the greatest hits. Now, the one song by me I would definitely put in the greatest hits is there at number 10, our 10th most watched video.
Yeah, that was a good one.
My voice actually pulled off there.
I thought number 9 there, Not If This Is Last Hobby on Earth, was utterly dreadful.
You really hated your version of it.
It just didn't, I mean, it's the only way I could sing it, but it was just sung so flat. And I just did not like it at all.
Yeah, it's not your favorite, but obviously that's a song by the Dandy Warhols called Not If You Were the Last Junkie on Earth. And they're an underground indie band from the 90s. They're still around, but they're all old now. The Breakdown song, it was a really good version by you. Is that one of your best? A lot of people liked it. It definitely got the views. Now, then there come the ones that are very recent, like The Train, which is the Fleetwood Mac song The Chain. Yeah. You belted that one out. I really like the version you put on my channel. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, just a subtle change in the audio. I removed one of the I removed one of the double tracks. It still got the 3 levels, but I double tracked one of the levels, and on your channel I took it out. I just think it looks really good. It was really good. And then Trains Are a Danger. The Eurythmics song got a lot of love. And then one of my personal favorites, Happiness is a New Train. I love that one. That does not, I mean, it is in the top 14 views now. Right. It just recently went up there. It got a lot of views recently. Yeah, I will agree with that one, though. It just, I mean, besides the fact it's a really good song, I thought we were really clever with it. Yeah. The lyrics were really good. The changes we made in it were really good. And, yeah. Yeah. And then Wish You Were Here, I I think lyrically it's very good, but my singing's not great on it.
I think
But
your
it's still got a
singing
lot
wasn't
of views.
awful on it, yeah.
All right, so that's the most views. We'll come
Right.
back with other issues.
Right.
So
Maybe something.
another option you could do is, well, based on the viewers, the most likes.
Right.
Because we've gone through and looked at these. So notice again, digital killed the analog view. Most views, most likes. And by far the most likes. I think it's at least 20 over Everard Junction, which has the second most views and the second most likes. But then Trains Are a Danger, a more recent song you did. You did just, I think, in November. A more recent song is number third. It's the third.
In likes,
Yeah, number 3 in likes. It's only one behind Everard Junction.
Right.
So apparently, even though it doesn't have a lot of views, the percentage of likes
is a lot more.
All right. So I don't want to necessarily go through every song.
Right.
But like, for example, our most recent song, number 50, Everybody Wants to Run Some Trains, doesn't have a lot of views.
Right.
But
it has a lot of likes.
And it's when you do percentage of views to likes, it's number 1.
Yeah.
The number of views to the number of likes, it's number 1.
Right.
And the comments we got on it were some of the most positive comments. Although Digital Kill the Analog Guy got a lot, and Everard Junction, and the one I always look at the ones that got the comments like, "This is the best one yet."
Yeah.
So how do you gauge? There's no way I could. And again, the color code is magenta is what Joyce sings, green is what I sing. And so do you try to do, again, when you're trying to put together a greatest hits album, what songs go on it? If we go back to
50.
like, I'm going to do this. No, I'm going to pull up. These are all the songs you sing solo.
Okay.
And I've put in red ink the ones that I start with, that you cannot have a greatest hits album. Doesn't this sound egotistical? It does. It's not. But it's your comments we're responding. Like, to me, Stuck at a Train Show with You, it's the first one, and it doesn't get the love a lot of people do, but it is the very first one you ever did, and it's still one of my favorites. I think the lyrics are funny. I think you sing it exactly the way it needed to be sung. But I think some people, again, that was one of the videos that got those comments of,
people took
well, this is why I never take my wife.
Yeah, people didn't take it the tongue-in-cheek that it was meant for.
Yeah, there were some people most people took the humor. Most people took the humor, but a lot of people...
There were a handful,
Yeah, I should say a lot, but a few people were like, this is why I don't take my wife. Oh, my God. Yeah. This is why I go alone, and blah, blah.
Right.
But again, all men fun. If you've never
that.
seen it, go back. I think it's very funny, and
it is
and
one
Joyce
of
sings
earlier
it well.
ones, so first one I sang.
And then, of course, Digital Killed the Analog. Now, the numbers next to them are the order they appear in the actual playlist.
Right.
It's the order they were created. Because I did the first 2, and then you'll see Joyce did number 3, and then I did 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and Joyce finally said, I'll take over now.
I'll sing a few more.
I finally sang bad enough that she decided to sing. I've been begging her to sing since video 1, and she won it. And then finally, with 3, I talked her into it. And then I still did the next few. And then she finally heard whatever one number 8 was, like, I'll sing, honey.
Yeah. He had one he was editing. I'm like, you know what? I could probably sing that for you.
And then, so these 3, I still haven't found. Digital Killed the Analog Guy, still haven't found Trains I'm Looking For. And Losing My Train Mojo should be in red, because that one's a definite. And obviously, based on reaction, I think a lot of people...
I think Happiness is a New Train.
Yeah, I would say Happiness is a New Train. I can't change the color here now, unfortunately.
Right. Yeah, right.
But yeah, those 3 definite, and then I would add Happiness is a New Train. Losing My Train Mojo, of course, should be on that. That should be red. I don't know why it isn't.
Maybe The Train.
I definitely love The Train. I think that's one of the best ones we've done. But then I have personal ones like Something Needs Repaired, which is a parody of an obscure 1969 hit from a group called Thunderclap Newman called Something in the Air. I think it's kind of funny. Joyce sings it beautifully. And again, it's one of those that just kind of got overlooked. But Happiness is a New Train's got to be on there. So really, I wish there was a way I could have put this up here. But yeah, so Stuck at Train Show with You, Digital Killed the Analog Guy, Happiness is a New Train, I Still Haven't Found Trains I'm Looking For, Losing My Train Mojo, that's 6. And then I Assume Everybody Wants to Run Some Trains in the Train. So that's 7 right there.
Right.
All right.
Just plenty.
Now, well, you're doing a greatest hits album.
Right.
So you need at least
so
2, 3
double
more.
album.
And I don't know, again, this is very arrogant.
Right.
We're picking our best songs that we think. But again, that's why we like to have the conversation.
We would like your input, yeah.
We're probably only going to get 80 people watch this video anyhow. Oh, they're talking about parody songs. We're not watching. So now, we've picked 7 for sure from you. So before I get whitewashed off, I'll shrink us down a bit. Okay. Let's bring in the songs I sing. Now, in red, I think, are the 3 songs of mine that I would include. That I think they're worth including. The digital song, I don't think it's bad. I think it's hilarious. And B, my singing is not awful. It's bad, but not awful.
Yeah.
So that's 1.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I've Got Another Train Coming. That I actually sing decent. Some people actually love the growl.
Oh, yeah.
And then I personally, and this is the debate, maybe I shouldn't have made this one red. I thought my version of Train Damage and Ellipse was one of the best singing jobs I did. I think lyrically it was funny. Uh-huh. But it didn't get the reaction I was thinking. Being a Pink Floyd song, I thought the lyrics were funny, and I thought my production was good, and I thought my singing was tolerable.
Yeah.
The only thing I regret with that is I changed the lyric at the last second, and now I wish I'd put it back. I'd left it in as an homage to the original lyric, where it says, "And if your freight train once had boxcars, it now lacks." And I should have left it as, "And if the club you're in says leave and don't come back," because the line, "And if the band you're in starts playing a different tune, and if the club you're in says leave and don't come back, I'll see you on the." I really wish I'd left that line alone. But otherwise, Everard Junction, I assume you'd have to put it in because of the reception.
Yeah.
I mean, my singing is horrible, but it is extremely funny lyrics, and it got such a positive response from people.
I think, yeah.
All right, so if we are you saying throw Everard Junction in? Are you saying any of my choices for me throw out? Would you throw out Train Damage?
I think you're fine.
So 4 for me. Mm-hmm. Okay, 4 for me.
Yep.
So we got 7 from you and 4 from me.
Right.
So if we're gonna go 12 for a greatest hits album, we gotta come up with one more song out of the ones we haven't chosen. And personally, I think 4 songs from me is generous.
Yeah. Well, I made Tempted.
You like Tempted?
Was it bad?
So we got to look at the ones we elected not to put on. Like Something Needs Repaired, Steady as They Roll. We did not put those on. Either of those in. Trains Are a Danger. We did not put that one in.
I really don't know why, Talk Trains, I thought it should have done better than it did.
Yeah, and that was a tough song to sing, too.
It was a tough one
Again,
to
I
sing.
think it was because it was an obscure song from the 80s.
That could be.
It wasn't even a big selling song in England. It was a hit in England, but it wasn't I don't think it was even a top 10 in England.
The Sound of Locos.
The UK, Great Britain.
Right.
Sound of Locos. See, if I have to me, I'm narrowing it down to Something Needs, my personal choice would be Something Needs Repaired. You Can't Buy That. Did I forget? I didn't add Steady as They Roll. Steady as They Roll or Trains Are a Danger. Which one of those 4 would be the 12th song?
Steady as They Roll.
Steady as They Roll?
Right.
Okay, we'd go with that one. Because I think You Can't Buy That is very good as well. It's funny, and it's a nice little
It's fun.
early Beatles toe tapper.
To precede. I've got another train coming. You need to put them back to each other.
Right. Those go. You Can't
really
Buy That, and I've got
are,
Another Train Coming would be a great A/B single.
Right. Yeah.
The
One side,
two
one side.
viewpoints.
Yep.
So, but we're not going to put You Can't Buy That on the album. And again, what we're asking you guys to do is debate with us, like, oh, I would drop this song and put this song on.
It's not real. So
It's not real. It's not. We're not putting out an album. We don't have an album out.
We put out an album.
But the key is we would like you to have known these songs. Like people will go, well, I like the original, so I like the parody, or I love the original, so I hate the parody. How dare you make fun of that great song? But these are the ones that we have tried to narrow down as to our favorites. But again, like I said, if we're going to do a 12 song, I would go up to 15, so I could include Something Needs Repaired, maybe Sound of Locos. But again, so the songs we've chosen from you: Stuck at a Train Show with You, Digital Killed the Analog Guy, Happiness is a New Train, I Still Haven't Found Trains I'm Looking For, Losing My Train Mojo, and then The Train and Everybody Wants to Run Some Trains, and then what was the last one we just added? Steady as They Roll.
Right.
So that's 8 from you, and then the 4 from me. You outnumber me 2-1. The Digital Song, Everard Junction, I've Got Another Train Coming, and then I put on Train Damage Ellipse. Now, you guys can drop one of my songs and put another of hers on, like, get rid of Train Damage and put on You Can't Buy That. But we're asking you guys, that's our list, and I will put this list in the video description. And then we want to have some fun with this, and we want to hear your input. So we're really looking at comments. We're not about likes on this. We want to hear from you guys what songs that you would definitely like, that you who have. And again, if you haven't listened to some of these songs, please go give them a chance. Although there's a couple I would say avoid, and that goes into the next section.